Hello, welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and switch on those notifications so you never miss an update. And remember to stay with me right till the end, because I'll be sharing the sources of this news so that you can check and verify for yourself. Now let's get into what happened. Two Zimbabwean suspects found themselves at the center of a failed crime after hijacking Ford Rangers in South Africa and trying to drive them straight to Zimbabwe. At first glance, they must have thought it was an easy run. They probably imagined themselves getting past the border, delivering the vehicles, and walking away with some quick cash. But what they didn't know is that the cars they were driving had already been fitted with advanced tracking systems, and law enforcement knew exactly where they were heading. Within minutes of the hijackings being reported, the vehicles were already flagged and monitored. Security companies worked hand in hand with the police to track every turn the suspects made on their way towards the border. These tracking systems have become one of the most powerful tools in the fight against car theft and smuggling, and in this case, they turned what was meant to be a smooth operation into a guaranteed arrest. The suspects were eventually intercepted before they could cross over. Imagine the shock when they thought they were getting closer to Zimbabwe, only to see flashing blue lights behind them. The whole plan crumbled right there, leaving them stuck with serious charges instead of profits. What makes this even more interesting is how criminals continue to underestimate technology. It's almost as if some still believe stealing a car in 2025 is the same as stealing a donkey cart in the old days. The truth is, once that tracker activates, every second of your journey is being watched. In a way, the suspects weren't actually smugglers, they were unknowingly doing free deliveries straight to the police. But let's step back for a moment. Vehicle hijackings are a serious issue in South Africa, especially when it comes to popular models like the Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux, and certain SUVs. These vehicles are highly sought after in neighboring countries because of their resale value and durability. That's why syndicates often target them specifically, with the plan of smuggling them across borders to Zimbabwe, Mozambique, or even further north. Unfortunately, this has created a huge headache for law enforcement and insurers, not to mention the trauma faced by the victims of these crimes. In this case, though, the story ended differently. Thanks to quick reporting, cooperation between tracking companies and the SAPs, and advanced monitoring technology, the suspects were stopped before they could escape. This is a reminder to all motorists to make sure their vehicles are fitted with reliable tracking systems. Sometimes that little black box hidden under your dashboard is the only thing standing between you and losing your car forever. As for the two suspects, instead of enjoying freedom in Zimbabwe with some cash in their pockets, they now face time in custody and charges that could keep them behind bars for years. It just goes to show that crime may feel easy at the start, but the long arm of the law is always waiting somewhere down the road. And really, when you think about it, driving a stolen vehicle with an active tracker is like running a marathon with your shoelaces tied together. You're bound to fall, and everyone can see it coming. At the end of the day, this incident is a small win in the bigger battle against cross-border vehicle smuggling. It highlights how cooperation and technology can make a huge difference in keeping South Africans safe and protecting our economy. Hopefully, more criminals will start realizing that the days of disappearing with stolen cars are long gone. And for a light moment, I can't help but wonder if the suspects ever thought of checking the dashboard for a blinking tracker light. Maybe next time they'll realize they weren't hijackers at all, they were just unpaid Uber drivers for the police. All images used are for illustration purposes only. Sources: Times Live, News 24, Sowetan Live.